Welcome back to Nintagious. Still reeling from that last episode, which was, for me, yesterday. Um, we got our asses kicked in that dungeon, then we came over here and beat this boss. And now we're going to keep going this way. I think we're going to keep exploring over here and see what's up. Beyond that boss. We basically beat it, and then we just kind of backed up immediately. This is a bit of an impromptu and short recording session for me. I have a bunch of stuff I want to do tonight, but I don't know. I felt like we had unfinished business yesterday, so I wanted to get in here and play another one of these really quick before I got into anything else. Mauvite ore? Oh my god. You maniac? It's not that hard, just learn to dodge, please. Yeah, get out from behind the ledge, please. Okay. Enough is enough. Yeah, I have some stuff I want to do that doesn't necessarily involve recording, so... And I've got, like, a pretty good buffer right now, so that's fine. Fuck. Did I get everything back there? I maybe didn't. I want to go back and make another pass, then. Die, 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 die. It's basically be my last hurrah of gaming before my next hurrah of gaming. The new Pokemon comes out tomorrow. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. As in today, because it's after midnight, so it is currently out. I didn't get it digitally, though. And since leakers suck ass, it kind of doesn't even matter, because everybody already knows everything about the game, because they have no restraint. And you should be ashamed of yourself if you're not. But anyway, I think that game's about to dominate streams for the foreseeable future, I think. Ah, fuck. Yes, I did get everything down here. It's basically going to be that, art streams, and either Deep Rock or Grounded, whichever one we feel like playing, which I think it lately has been Grounded. By the time this airs, maybe that'll have changed, but... What the hell? Oh, this is a town. I'm maybe, like... I'm both looking forward to it and, like, kind of... I don't know if dreading is the right word. I'm just feeling cautious about it. It's hard to explain. I maybe don't have, like I said, difficult to explain. I feel like I maybe don't have the most respect, not respect, trust in Game Freak? Is that a better word for it? Hey, it's Cloud Sword. It's nothing, like, against them, which is maybe a weird thing to say after I just said I don't really believe in them, but it's, Okay, he has another badge slot, too. We probably want to save up and get these next, is probably what we want to do. Let me go ahead and bank me. But anyway, I think the Pokemon games are typically fine. I think they're typically fine. They will occasionally, especially recently, put a little bit more into just kind of being ambitious and trying new ideas, which is great. But then there's other things that they completely dropped the ball on, and Sword and Shield, for the most part, with this, was... Can I make the helmet? I can't make that. Okay, so it's gonna be 80 again that we're gonna need? Okay. Which way do I want to go? There's so many ways. I think this way to the right, we might not be able to go the whole way. Anyway, Sword and Shield's problem... And it wasn't that much of a problem. Realistically. The online play was, like, not it was great in that game, but it was simultaneously not great. I really liked the raids. I really liked having a co-op experience. It's something that was on my my own personal wish list for Pokemon for a very long time, where I was like, man, I don't like competitive games anymore. I want more co-op experiences. I feel like co-op experiences are highly underrated and underutilized. So that's something that I have wanted to see for quite a long time, and I think Raids really delivered in that regard. But on the other hand, being online in that game, and which was basically just to do raids, but then you could also like see other players walking around, but you couldn't really interact with them. It lagged the game like fucking crazy. And I'm maybe worried that that's what is happening here. I'm maybe worried that that's going to be a major problem again, given the fact that they're putting more of a focus on a co-op experience in this one. Basically, what I'm getting at is that I think this game stands to either be amazing, or they're going to completely drop the ball. And I often feel like they drop the ball, is what it comes down to. So I don't necessarily trust them to not drop it. Hold on to the ball? That like phrasing doesn't exactly work as well as dropping the ball does. So it's tough to explain, because I also don't want it to come off as just being like a Game Freak hater, because there's enough of those in the world, and I don't necessarily hate them. Like, I think the games they make are fine. I think the Pokemon games are typically just like fun and just good. But they're not great, and I guess that's what people want to see, is they want to see something just excellent. Yes, keep going. But anyway, the whole co-op experience, I think, has a lot of potential. I'm just maybe worried that they're not gonna really pull it off. Now, it's worth pointing out that I haven't been keeping up with the game a whole lot. Like, I haven't been keeping up with all the updates they've been putting out. Because I'll hit a point with games where I'm like, well, I'm gonna buy it, so I'd rather you not tell me everything. And I think increasingly these days, they will tell us way too much about the game in advance. And I think that's in part to combat leaks. Because they know that if they are very secretive about it, that someone's gonna leak everything anyway. So like, who cares? And oh god, that escalated very quickly. And I think that's fair, honestly. Like, I think some people didn't like how they handled, like, say Smash Brothers, because that was very. They revealed everything before the game came out, and I think people do. I think there are still some people that like to have like surprises in their games waiting for them, and you know, put in 100 hours and then be like, oh, I got a thing that I didn't know was here. And yeah, I like that too, but in the case of Smash Brothers in particular, you know that somebody was going to get that game early and they were going to leak the entire roster online in like under 24 hours. And then it would have just been all spoiled. So I understand why they were like, hey, what if we make some like absolutely awesome trailers to show all this stuff off in a more dramatic and epic fashion. And I think that was a smart idea. So I get why they show us more and more information, but there's a lot of games coming up that have just passed. Like, Pokemon is one. Sonic Frontiers was another, where I was like, I'm gonna get it. I love me some Sonic games, so the chance of me getting it is incredibly high, so I might as well just wait and play it myself and enjoy it and experience it at my own pace instead of what social media decides to show us. Then the new Fire Emblem is going to be similar, that I'm probably not going to look at anything about that. If I get Metroid Prime, that'll probably be similar. I feel like there's probably a solid chance that I'll get Metroid Prime. I have been thinking a lot lately about how I might not actually get Breath of the Wild 2, but that's another topic entirely. Okay. I wanted to come get my flask upgrade. Where was I going with all that? So yeah, I haven't been keeping up with all of the Pokemon stuff, because I'm kind of like, you already got me. I pre-ordered the game. It's on its way here. Don't spoil me on stuff. Like, on one hand, you're trying to lure in the people who haven't decided to buy it yet, and that's completely fair. But, I'm done. I don't necessarily need to see more. On that note, I guess maybe I'd have a better idea of what to expect from the online play if I had watched more of the stuff, but I don't know. One thing that came up on stream tonight that we were talking about, which again, in the interest of chronology, I guess, when I say tonight's stream, it's November 17th, I think it's technically the 18th now, because that's when the Pokemon comes out, and it is after midnight. So we don't have... By the time this airs, Pokemon will have been in our hands for a couple weeks, is kind of what I'm getting at. We came up with the idea of, like, how is leveling gonna work in that game? Or rather, how is level scaling gonna work? Because it's supposed to be this, like, open experience, right? There's, like, these 3 different plot lines you can follow. But what happens if you do, like, everything the game has to offer, and, like, let's just say, hypothetically, you decide, I'm gonna do the gyms last. I've played all the other Pokemon games, I don't necessarily want the same experience, I want something new, so I'm gonna do the gyms last, because I know what to expect from those. So I'm gonna do all the other stuff first. And then when you get to the gyms, the first gym is still, like, level 12 and 13, and they're still using, like, Growl and Sand Attack. But your team's, like, level 80, because you've already played the game for 100 hours. That's bad. So you don't necessarily want that type of gameplay. You don't necessarily want to lock people behind a certain level, either, and be like, well, every 10 levels you're gonna have to complete a mandatory plot element to, like, open up more of the world. That's not great, either. And that's, in fact, what I criticize a lot of early open-world games for being, is they're very much like that. What they actually are, they're not open-world, they just have a lot of side quests, and then whenever you finish, like, 16 side quests, you have to go do a mandatory main plot element. Or, not element, what's the word I'm looking for? Event, I guess? Yeah, event. To open up more side quests to do. That's not open world. Open world is you can literally ignore one of the... Like, in a perfect world, Pokemon would be like, if you never want to take the Gym Leader challenge, you can just never do it. And be like, nah, that's not something I'm choosing to be a part of my journey. Ow. And you might not be able to ever, like, truly beat the game, I guess, but you could kind of, like, carve your own path and make your own story, I guess is what I'm getting at. I'm sure that there's a lot of people who, like, let's use Breath of the Wild as an example, who have maybe never beaten the game. They're just meandering about. Just doing whatever the fuck they want to do. And I think that's part of the appeal of the open world promise. So in an RPG, it's kind of tricky because of leveling. You would assume that everything is going to scale up with you, right? And that everything is just going to be, like, around your level. That's probably how I would design it if I was making a game personally. That way, if you're, like, in your 80s, when you finally get around to doing the gyms, then the gyms are going to be, like, level 80, right? Is that going to be the case, though? That's what I don't know. Is this another city? I'm going to take this really quick. Then we also brought up the idea of, in most traditional Pokemon games, your level is scaled based on your badges. But, like, that, again, that would be terrible if... excuse me. If every couple of levels you had to be like, okay, now I have to go do a gym leader to unlock the next 10 levels so that I can continue playing the game. That would be very against the open world element of it, so... I guess that might be something... Oh god, that might be something I'm concerned about more than just the online play, is how open is this experience really going to be? Or are they going to fall victim to the same things that the games like Grand Theft Auto fall victim to, where you eventually have to go back and do, like, the next main story event to move things forward and unlock more things to do? the absence of that, to me, is what makes an open world game. Ah, fuck. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. That you could literally do things in any order. And I guess this is part of why you could probably say that Sonic Frontiers is not, like, truly open world. But I think they called it open zone or some shit. And maybe this is why, because you can't just, like, boot the game up and be like, I'm just gonna go fight Eggman. You know what I mean? Oh my god, this one sucks. Like, there's still certain things you gotta do. But on the other hand, games like Breath of the Wild and Starlink is another one that I like to reference a lot, especially because fucking nobody's played it. And they should, because I liked it. I thought it was good. That's another... It's very similar to Breath of the Wild, where you kind of start the game, and we have this new thing now with, like, every open world game has to follow this format of, oh my god, this one's really hard, and I can't tell if it's because I'm, like, too banter-pilled right now, or if it's just really hard. Phrasing. They all have this format of, like, you start in your tutorial area, right? Your Great Plateau, and you do all your... okay, now I know how to play, and then the game just kind of says, like, okay, go do stuff. And Breath of the Wild does that. You have your Great Plateau, and then they're just kind of like, okay, main quest accepted, defeat Ganon. Starlink is very similar. It has your tutorial planet, and then they just kind of say, like, okay, go ahead. Go play. It's like being a child at a playground, and your parents just, like, took the proverbial leash off, and they were like, okay, go ahead. It's like, I can do anything? Like, yeah. You can just go to the next hardest planet, which is probably the thing that makes the most sense, or you can be, like, an absolute insane mad lad and just go to the hardest planet, the hardest, largest planet out there. It's your choice, man. Have fun. Oh, no, it was so close. I was focusing in a little bit, because I was like, we're getting really close on this one. Oh my god, this one is something else. Oh my god. Oh my lord. See, I'm curious and cautious about Pokemon is really what I'm getting at. Because I feel like if they nail it, it'll be really cool. But if they don't nail it, it's gonna be like... It'll still be fun. It'll still be a good time, but it'll kind of be like a bittersweet moment of like, man, this isn't what I expected. And oh my god. No, stop, please. Oh my god, it's so hard. This is only the second one, isn't it? God damn. Oh my lord. Hitboxes are a little strange in these sometimes, and I'm not, like, no Johns, right? But sometimes I'm like, how did I not get hit there? And then other times I'm like, how did I get hit there? They're very inconsistent. Sometimes they just fucking nail you, and other times it's like, nah, you're good. Like, I swear I've walked through a couple of those. Oh, I just outright dodged the wrong way. That's all on me. Oh my god. Oh no, I hit dodge again, but I was just too slow, I guess. I hate it. They're so large. They're so large. Oh my god. Oh my god. I wish there was some sort of visual indicator that they were about to shoot. Because sometimes I just wind up in front of them and I just get point blanked because my timing's just off. I made a mistake, but I did not get punished. Oh no, I was lasered in on the fucking gem. Oh my god. Oh, I was out of dodges. That was going so well. Okay. See, I walked through like 4 of those bullets. I guess I just happened to thread the needle, like on complete accident. I'm out of dodges. What can I do? I almost have to stop dodging so much, but like, you can't. Oh my god. This one might be the first one that I'm actually kind of frustrated by. Not like full tilt frustrated by, but like a little frustrated by. It maybe just lasts a little too long, because this is already pretty difficult, and it just lasts so long. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I don't really know what happened there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why does it go so long? Oh my god, it's agony. 2, 3. Oh my god. One, 2, 3. 1. Hey. That's just a horrible first start. First placement. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. 1, 2, 3. Jesus Christ. You know what part of the problem is, and I haven't realized this until now, but they get obscured behind your action bar. So sometimes when they're on the lower half, I completely lose track of them. And then I just kind of forget they're there, and then I'm just standing there when they're ready to shoot me, and I'm like, oh shit. Kind of like there. Jesus Christ. 2. Oh, that was just horrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my god. This is so agonizing. Like, this is probably the first one where I've been like, this one is complete nonsense. They've all felt very fair. This one's just a little overtuned, I think. Jesus Christ. No. How many fucking times do you have to pick this thing up? We've gotten up to like 10? Like, it just lasts too long. Even getting to 8 is like really hard. Finally. I don't know how many that was because I wasn't counting, but I'm pretty sure it was like 12 or something like that. Wow, that's it? That's not even, like, worth it. God, that's insulting. That was really agitating. Save me so I never have to do that one again. Alright, let's keep going over here, I guess. The fuck was I talking about? Just Pokemon, I guess. And I don't necessarily want to be like, this is the episode where I bitch about Pokemon a lot, but because really a lot of it's not going to age well, right? Because a lot of this stuff I might just be wrong on. In fact, I hope I am. Maybe that will actually make it age well, because it'll be fun to look back and be like, damn, can you believe the weird concerns I had? I should really trust them more often. Because they have the... I think a lot of the selling point with this particular Pokemon is, like, the online co-op. Which is really cool. Again, that's something that I've been wanting to see in these games. And, I think my concern is it's kind of like an open shared world kind of thing. Hey, they're mushroom people. Neat. I would like a heart piece. That would be fun, and it would make me happy. When did I get this? That's a lot of damage. Is this, like, really good? Alright, do I want to get rid of any of these? I'm not a big fan of the beam. Like, I probably won't use that. I don't really need this many homing weapons, I guess, if we're being real. The Arctic Staff, like, hits the hardest, but I don't really like it that much. Alright, let's keep looking around for a second here. Bank me, first of all. That's a lot of money. Did that just go up by 2,000? Am I seeing that right? That's just nutty. Oh. Okay, so there's not a whole lot to do here. We have enough for these, so let's make new armor. Wrong button. This stuff. It's very strange that you can't sell items in this game. It's very odd to me. This looks like it's really good, I just don't know what weapon I want to get rid of for it. Like, I should probably cut down on a lot of these. I never use the infection staff. I do like that, but I think it's maybe obsolete. That does a lot of damage, so I think it's worth holding on to for bosses in particular. I should probably get rid of the first staff and maybe the beam staff. What does this new one do? It doesn't really seem that great unless it homes in, but I expect it does not. Alright, we're not gonna worry about it for now. Let's just try and go down here and see what happens. Agarica Palace. We dungeon boys? Oh, okay. See, I think the whole thing they're going for is like the shared open world kind of thing, the shared co-op thing. And again, this could either be amazing or really not go well. I think my greatest concern... I have two great concerns, I think. One is that you'll be hanging out, especially from a streamer perspective, but like maybe I should just curate who I'm allowing to play a little bit more often. But you'll be hanging out and everyone's just kind of like just having a good time, and then like, you know, you're player 1, you have player 2, player 3, and you're just all having a good time, and then player 4 is just like, oh yeah, I just went and caught Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres for you. You're welcome. And then you're like, well shit, now I just don't get that experience, so thanks, I guess. That would suck. Or, like, I just went and beat the 4th gym for you. That would be another, like, okay. Who asked you to do that? I'm taking a lot of damage. This isn't looking super wise. Okay. Alternatively, if I am hosting a multiplayer session, I don't think we want to be here yet. Let's continue exploring out here. If I'm hosting a multiplayer session and I'm like, you know, I should really go beat the 3rd gym, because I've been putting that off for a while. These guys are, like, kind of off doing raids on their own, and I'm gonna go take care of this gym really quick, and then I'll join them. And then have it be like, oh, you're hosting a multiplayer session, you can't enter a gym right now. Like, that would also be assy. Or to be, like, the players that joined, and be like, you try to enter a gym, and they're like, oh no, you can't, it's the player 1's gym, you can't go in here. In a perfect world, it would be that everyone can pursue their journeys at once. So I might be off fighting a legendary, but player 2 might be just working his way down a route, or player 3 might be in a gym, and player 4 might be in another gym. All working on our own personal journeys, which I think is, like, that's the dream. I think that would be ideal, but I maybe am not. This is the part where maybe I should believe in them more. I maybe don't believe that that's what they've got cooking. You know what I mean? I have a feeling there's just gonna be, like, it's very typical with Nintendo multiplayer stuff to have some weird restriction that instead of them being like, we have to figure out a way around this restriction, we're just gonna, like, make players deal with it. Case in point, like, you're in a multiplayer session, you can't go into a gym right now. That would be something where they're like, well, that's the price we gotta pay for multiplayer, instead of being like, we need to fix this because this is too detrimental to the experience. I do think Nintendo is still a little behind the times with their online multiplayer in that regard, because they'll do things like that a lot, where they'll just be like, this is just a thing you have to deal with because you wanted online multiplayer, but this was something we couldn't make work. And it's like, but you, as the developer, need to find a way to make that work, is kind of the thing. Because otherwise you might as well just keep not having multiplayer. Let's take Mario Golf, for example. There was, like, cross-country golf in that game and such. And there was the one that was, like, in campaign mode. There was the one that was, like, if one person's under par, everybody fails. So it was, like, almost more of a co-op experience. And those were cool ideas. Completely unplayable online. In multiplayer in general. I don't even think you could play them in local multiplayer. So it's like, well then what's the point of those modes being even in the game? The way they probably were thinking of it, and maybe this is incorrect, I don't know. Sorry, I was hydrating quick. They were probably thinking of it as, well, they want multiplayer. They didn't necessarily say the multiplayer had to be excellent. They just wanted multiplayer. But no, it should be at least serviceable, is kind of the thing. Also, ow. That sucked a little bit. And again, I think that Mario Golf example is a good one. It's like, why was that a restriction that they didn't fix? That they weren't like, we need to find a way around this because this is unacceptable. Instead, they were just like, this is the price you gotta pay for multiplayer, I guess. Which is like, no. That's... I'd rather not have online multiplayer than have it be like that, where it's like, you know, it works, but it's barely featured. I think, honestly, Smash Ultimate's another good example, because the amount of ways to play that game. There's a lot of different ways, but like most of them can't be accessed online. They have the Smashdown mode, which I thought was a really cool idea, which is like after you play as a character, it like eliminates them, so you only have like a certain number of matches to like get as many wins or KOs as you can. I don't remember which one it was. And then, like, you know, you gotta get to your characters before somebody else does, or they could intentionally use the character to stop you from using that character. I thought it was a really neat idea, but I bet most people have forgotten it's even in the game because you can't play it online. Now, maybe there's actually a lot of people that played the game locally, but I would assume that a large amount of people play it online. There's slimes everywhere? This is awful. Then there was like a squad strike where it's like you'd have 2 teams of 5. And like when one person gets eliminated, then the next person comes out. So it's like a team battle. Except like a relay. That was a really cool idea too. Can't play it online. Like at all. And it's like, what the hell? They were probably thinking, well, we have to sacrifice this in order to get the other online to even average levels. Let's be honest. But it's like, no, you shouldn't sacrifice that. I guess is what I'm getting at. So I guess that's my concern with this new Pokemon game, which again, by the time this episode airs, it will have been in our hands for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I'll be able to look back and be like, damn, why was I such a doubter? Or I'll look back and be like, damn, I nailed it. Whew, thank God. I'm actually kind of getting my ass kicked right now. This keeps getting quite hard. And I think part of that is, like, I need a new weapon. Like, I need a new, good weapon. Maybe just have to go back and upgrade one of the ones I'm using. Okay, that room went pretty well. Maybe I should just stop rambling about Pokemon and try to focus more like I did in that room. I'm gonna go back and bank because I have a lot of money right now. Oh! Rewards, you love to see it. Okay, that aside, let's go back here really quick. I think we have enough to get, like, these badge slots and such. I think both of them. So we're gonna go ahead and get that. Go ahead and get this. Do I have plans for those badges? No. Not right now. An extra dash actually sounds really good. I'm gonna grab one of those. That sounds like it could be quite helpful. I mean, look how many times on that one challenge I was like, damn, I ran out of dashes. Been a while since we've seen, like, a good upgrade path here. For like, oh, we found a weapon, and look, we have a way to upgrade it. It makes it completely pog. I wonder if I should try to make that, because it's very strong. The thing is if it doesn't home in, I think I'm going to be pretty unimpressed. Which maybe I shouldn't be latching onto that as much as... Oh, goodness. It's probably not going to home in due to the fact that it bounces. I don't know if I really like it. I should probably be using this, because I think it's the strongest one I have. Okay, so where were we? We were down here, right? I don't really know what our goal is at the moment, by the way. I know that we need something to take these vines down over here, so we can't go that way. And we need some sort of vine to give the Loch Ness Monster so we can get down here. I would assume that's where she's going to take us. I would assume we're going to get the vines from over here, so that's not a thing we can do just yet. We can go back to that dungeon, which I don't particularly want to do. We have a dungeon over here now. I think we're just going to continue exploring this area and see what that does for us. Oh my god. I didn't actually equip the thing, it gave me an extra dash, so that was pretty idiotic. Not that I'm using it, I'm just choosing to get hit by everything instead, because, you know, I'm good at video games. Nice. Yeah, I don't really like this weapon, is the thing. I don't like the... I prefer the rapid fire of this to the shotgun blast of that, is what it comes down to. We are going to head back here immediately, because I need to equip my thing. So we're gonna go... You have to fucking waste slots on equipping that, too. That's just not great. Alright, we'll equip that really quick. So now I have 4 dashes. That might be helpful. Now, the problem with this particular weapon is it does feel like you have to get pretty close to the enemies, which is maybe not ideal. I think that's what causes me to take a lot of damage, is I'm not keeping my distance and being smart. Yeah, I took a lot of damage there. Let's keep it moving. I think it comes down to trying to weigh which of these areas is giving me the least amount of trouble. Like, what feels like I can actually progress. I'm still having the same kind of issue I was having in the ice dungeon, where I feel like things just aren't dying fast enough. Also, I'm just taking a lot of damage now, come to think of it. Which is alarming because my gear is pretty good. Like, it's recent. I was able to just craft this gear, so you'd think it would be doing more for me than it is. Take this really quick. Oh god! Not done that. Oh my god. What is wrong with me? That room was pretty clean, and then I, like, just took a bunch of hits at the end, because I decided that I remembered I was bad, I guess. Loot me? Oobleck rod? I don't think I'm gonna like that. I'm just gonna throw it right out. Let's start unequipping some of this stuff, I guess. Because I'm basically just using these 2 weapons. I can probably just get rid of the rest. Oh, hell. Did that hit me? I'd say overall that room went pretty well. I don't really have banter revved up ready to go. I got Taco Bell tonight. It was nice. Like, the person ordering had the smart idea. I usually just get normal tacos. And the person ordering, you know, they have like those big packs that come with like a dozen tacos. I usually get those, and then it usually lasts me like 2 days. And the person ordering had the smart idea to get the lettuce on the side, and I think their logic was in case I didn't eat them all, then they could put some lettuce on the ones they were gonna eat. I don't mind lettuce on tacos, but when you get them through Taco Bell, like, the lettuce doesn't last very long, is kind of the thing. It's obviously best when it's, like, fresh-ish. But if it's been sitting on the taco and the taco's just been sitting there for like a couple of hours, it gets all wilty and gross pretty quickly. So getting them on the side means that like it just stays fresh longer. So that was kind of delightful. But here's the thing, I feel like that's all there is to that statement. It's easy for me to talk about game design now, is kind of what it comes down to. And talk to at length about it, because I've been thinking about it from such a analytical standpoint for a little while now. Whereas something like that, I'm just like, fresh lettuce, good. Like, it's thought over. But I also sometimes worry that maybe people don't want to hear thinking about game design to that extent. Maybe they're like, ugh. I think a lot of people probably do prefer to just, like, not think about, like, they either like a game or they don't, and they don't like to really necessarily think about why that is. I do. And I kind of wish more people did, because I think it would allow them to appreciate games in both directions a little bit more. It would allow you to understand, like, a game that you don't like. It would allow you to understand why some people do like it. And a game that you do like, it would help you to understand why people wouldn't like it. And I think a lot of people can't do that, which is why people get into arguments, like, pretty easily when someone's like, I like this game, and then someone's like, oh, I don't really care for it that much, and they're like, what, are you a fucking idiot? Like, what's wrong with you? What do you mean you don't like it? It's amazing. And it's like, that's because people don't know how to look at it from a critical enough level to say, here's why I like it, and here's why they don't like it. And this goes both ways, because people aren't good at expressing why they don't like games either. I should have went back and banked. I have a lot of money, I just realized. I'm actually listening for the audio cue on this guy. Sorry, I'm focused. I'm trying really hard to not die, because I don't want to lose all this money. And the punchline is that the save point is like a little bit far away. So I have to now decide, am I going to keep going to the next save point, or do I want to go back to the last save point? I'm going to have to go through 2 rooms, and I'm probably going to have to go through 2 rooms to get to a save point in this direction, too, so that's probably the way I want to go. wonder if the stars stack. Or if it's just one makes your attack stronger. Okay, that was a no damage room, I'm pretty sure. You'd love to see that. Alright, we're probably gonna have a save point in the next room. If I had to guess, I hate everything. Oh, well, this is going horribly. Don't mind me. Oh my god. Come on, dude. Stop. You're better than this. Okay. That was nasty, but we did make it. Save me. You love to see it. Whew. Success. The extra defense. Let's warp out of here and bank, and then I'll come back and see what's in that last room. Let's also check this on the off chance that maybe there's a weapon upgrade that's showed up for some variety of reason. I can make this now. I don't particularly want to, though, if I'm being honest. It's hard to tell which of these are, like, upgrades. Alright, let's go back down here. Check this last room out. We're making, like, pretty good progress, but also, like, not great progress, I guess, because we haven't, like, gone to a dungeon or anything like that. I guess the good thing is that we're gonna have some episodes where that's, like, the only thing we do is, like, okay, let's just knock out some dungeons since we've worked our way towards a few of them now. I wonder if I should go spend some money on upgrading this weapon. That might be worth equipping. That's like an epic level Onyx ring. It's the one that gives you defense up. Yeah, 15 defense. I think I want to take that since I'm kind of getting in trouble a lot with taking a lot of damage. So I think I want to get rid of the attack speed one. Okay, so that's everything here. Do I want to go up this way or this way? I think we're going to go this way. It looks like there's another dungeon up there, although it's one that doesn't have a... What are these called? I keep wanting to call them keystone pieces. But there's only one keystone in an arch, is kind of the thing. I think that's how it works. Also got some fucking Baja Blast from Taco Bell, and I'm just loving that. Haven't had any Baja Blast in a while. Although it's a little watered down because I'm getting to the bottom of the cup now, which is unfortunate. But did I not come this way? How's there a ore thing just sitting here? Oh. Oh, forgot they were gonna do that. Ah, well, I'm just bad. Go ahead and laugh all you want. Ah, you fucking... We're okay. Alright, I did grab that, right? Okay. Maybe I should try to play some Gunfire Reborn tonight, too. I haven't played that in a while. It's odd that this game kind of gives me the same kind of vibe as that. Just running around a room trying not to get hit and deal a ton of damage, I guess. It's less bullet hell-y, for obvious reasons, but... Dude, a first-person bullet hell would be awful. That would not work at all. For a second, my brain was like, why hasn't anyone tried to make a first-person bullet hell? And then immediately I was like, oh, because it would be terrible. Like, it would not work at all. That's why. You know what? That's pretty fair. I don't know everything about game design. You could maybe argue that I don't know a lot about game design, but I'm pretty sure that's a just failed concept waiting to happen. I think I might try... I think once we're done with this area, if there's nothing else pressing to spend money on, I think I'm going to go back and dump some upgrades into this weapon to make it stronger. Unless I find another weapon like this in that amount of time, which could happen. Because I like these weapons, it's just the damage could stand to be higher. I hate everything. Oh my god, you fucking... I didn't think the purple would, like... I thought the purple shot was, like, at its limit, where it was like, I can't home in anymore. So I was like, this is fine, I should be able to just stand here. I was wrong. We're gonna go this way instead this time, because I want to. Oh, this is like a different area entirely, come to think of it. These guys suck. They're not that bad, but they suck. It's one of those. Wow, that shot still went off after he died. Go fuck yourself. We did that side room, so we can just go this way. Oh. And who knows, maybe I'll be able to make something out of scarlet shards or something. Okay. Ah. I was hitting him so quick that, like, I heard it, but I didn't see the visual indicator. Since he was getting just stun-locked. This is small fight too, right? Yeah. So these are different enemies, but it's the same four. So... Ah, shit. Doing alright. Give me the Mawbite that I don't need. It is ironic and unfortunate that I feel, at least, that I'm doing a lot better now that I'm talking less. Save me? Oh, holy shit, this episode has lasted an hour. What have I done? Let's, okay, we're gonna get this room. Okay, never mind. How bad is this going to be after the last one? We'll wrap this up, and then I think we'll wrap up this episode, and I might shoot another one right away, because I am having a good time. So you can't stop me now. Like a rocket ship on my way to Mars. First try, let's go. Oh, come on. I was just, like, that was complete player error. I can't even be upset about that. I was just, like, a little off of my line. Nah, it was just bad. That one was surprisingly not that bad. Magic weapons deal bonus damage to enemies with full health. I think since I'm using a rapid-fire weapon, that's not actually that good. Because only the first shot's going to get the bonus, right? If I was using, like, the beam weapon, it would probably be pretty good. Okay. Yeah, that'll be it for this episode. We got a fair bit done. We basically just explored this area the whole time. But, I mean, we bought some perk upgrades and stuff. Like, it wasn't... It feels like... visually, it feels like we didn't get a lot done. But, like, gameplay-wise, it felt like we got a lot done. Does that make sense? I think we're going to pivot back to, over here. And we're going to continue working our way up here. We also need to head back over to this dungeon at some time. Actually, hold on. Before we stop, let's try to upgrade this weapon a couple times. Hopefully I don't regret that. I think it just increases the damage. So, toss this in, toss this in. Can I get rid of this? You can't get rid of that, so that must have an upgrade at some point. Probably just get rid of this. Ooh, we can also put those away. We can get rid of one of these, because we have two of them. And I seem to recall that I didn't like it that much to begin with. We'll try to hold on to some of these in case they upgrade, I guess. Although I think you can tell if they upgrade by if you can throw them out or not. Or maybe that's just if it's a limited thing and you can only get one of them. No, but you can make Arctic staffs, so why can't I throw that out? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button. It does help out quite a bit, and keep an eye out for future episodes. I think I'm going to go ahead and shoot another one right now, so we will carry on with exploring this area. And there's not a whole lot left to it, so maybe we'll head back to one of these dungeons after that. Maybe we'll try and head up to this one first and see what this is about. I don't know. Tune in next time to find out. Thank you again for watching. Take it easy, and I hope to see you again soon.